morning, everybody, or good afternoon. How are you? It's December 22nd, Friday before Christmas.
As Dustin would say, woohoo!
Woohoo, exactly. So we are going to do our little Christmas-themed image. Well, we're going to do a holiday or at least snowy, cold, wintry themed image today. We're going to wind it in with Snow Bear. But I got to take a little sip of my coffee. Hope you guys are having a great, hopefully some of you guys are off so far on vacation. But we are, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm kind of, I'm lost. I'm looking at this image. I've got an idea for an image that I want to do with you guys today. And it's a new Snow Bear poster that I want to do. And as I was sitting here talking to you, I kind of got lost in thought about it. But before we get started, before we talk about that, Dustin is off today. He was off all week. And so it's just Nick and I flying solo today. Or Nick and I flying solo.
Yeah. No.
There you go.
Just the two of us being solo.
And
we're like Han Solo and Chewie.
Right. But as usual, before we get started, we've got a few things to talk about. One being, I don't know if you want to get into the sales first, Nick, but I was going to talk about our February thing.
Yeah, let me hit the big sale first.
Okay.
We've been running our 12 days of Christmas sale, and today is the biggest one yet. If you go to creatureartteacher.com and use promo code winter-save before December 24th, you can get any photo pack, brush set, or single course for just $10. There's
$10.
There's no limit to the amount of times that you can use that. So you can get as many courses as you want and stock up. The only thing it doesn't work for is physical merchandise and bundles. So like you can't get like the ZBrush bundle or a whole bunch of bundles for just $10. You've got to get them a la carte. But anything else on the website, only $10. Promo code winter-save.
Yay! That's cool.
Yeah, and you want to go talk about the other
So we have our next live event coming up, our live internet event where I go on and teach for a day. We do this about 4 times a year. And what's that?
We've got a little spot about it if you want.
Oh yeah, let's. We do have a little spot. Let's go ahead and run the spot, Nick. I forgot about it. Hey everybody, Aaron Blaze here, and we've got a really good treat for you. A few weeks ago, Procreate's Dreams came out, and it's really taken the market by storm. A lot of people are loving it, and but there's a lot of people that are still struggling a little bit on how to use it. And I've had the great opportunity to be using it over the last several months, and so we thought it would be a lot of fun to do our next live event showing you guys how to use Procreate Dreams. So on February 24th, it's going to be an all-day event starting at about 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, going until about 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to take you through all the in and outs and using Procreate's Dreams. And so during this live event, I'm going to teach you how to animate a character acting with dialogue. This is something it's the basis to everything that we did at Disney. And I want to show you how to do mouth shapes, consonants, vowels, phrasing your dialogue, and getting the right poses for each phrase.
Oh my.
Now, if you sign up, we're going to provide you with a dialogue track that we're going to actually animate during that day. Now, the other great thing about this is because it's a live event, you guys are going to be able to ask me questions. We're going to be able to have dialogue back and forth, and you'll be able to learn right there on the fly live with me teaching you. So once again, that's on February 24th. Now remember, spots are limited. So go to creatureartteacher.com/live and sign up today. And if you're a member at creatureartteacher.com, all of our events are included in your membership, including this one. You can also brush up between now and then if you go to creatureartteacher.com and get my course on Procreate Dreams for just $1. So we're going to start at 11 a.m. We're going to go for a few hours. We'll take a half-hour lunch break, and then we'll finish out the day. It's going to be a lot of fun. Once again, go to creatureartteacher.com/live to get more information on that. And once again, it's going to be covering everything that I know using Procreate Dreams. It'll be a lot of fun. Go on out there, put some beauty back into the world, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks. So there you have it. Working in Procreate Dreams. I can't wait to do that course or class. It's going to be fun. So once again, if you're a member, it's automatic. You're already signed. Well, you got to sign up for it, but it's free to members, are included with your membership. So it might be something to think about. If you want to become a member, you can become a member and almost cover the cost of the class. So
Absolutely.
so anyway, and then you get everything else on the website. So let's jump over. Let's get to work. Enough jibber jabbering. So I got this idea for a very simple idea. I'd like, when I do a one sheet, or when I'm thinking about one sheets, I want them to be to the point, very simple, and very gettable right away. And so a one sheet meaning a movie poster. And so I wanted something Arctic. I wanted something snowy. I wanted something that talks about the story of Snow Bear, which is, if you're not familiar with Snow Bear, it's an animated short that I'm creating. Nick and I have been working on the story together, and I'm doing the production on this lonely polar bear living in the Arctic who can't find any friends, and so he makes a snow bear to keep him company. And so I wanted something that shows companionship and something unique to the Arctic. And so I thought the Northern Lights, them sitting there and looking up at the Northern Lights would be really cool. So I roughed in a quick sketch here. I wanted something kind of designy. I wanted the snow hill that they're sitting on to kind of match the flow of the Northern Lights going up. So I wanted something kind of sweeping that's going to bring your eye up and go up like that. So there's a rough sketch, and I thought, all right, why don't we just go in now and start refining it?
And so for people who aren't familiar, Aaron is working in Adobe Photoshop. That's his
Yes.
preferred drawing program.
It
And you're using your Pastel C brush, I
is. Using
assume?
my Pastel C.
So this is Aaron's favorite drawing brush that he created. You can get that at our website, creaturartteacher.com. It's part of Brush Set 1. Or you can get the brush for free if you sign up for our newsletter.
That's right. So let's see here. There we go.
Lots of people excited about the Dreams event.
Oh, great.
People saying happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Happy
New Year.
holidays. So in this case, I want to make sure I'm getting the angle right. This is why people ask about, how do you draw complex characters the same way all the time? How do you draw your character at odd angles? And I construct them with simple shapes. And so this is really, that muzzle is just attached to a ball, the ball being the skull. And I want to make sure that I'm getting the proportions right. And so I use center lines and, kind of tick things off as to where things should be, like the bottom of the jawline right in here. When I do that kind of thing, it helps me create an image that is more accurate.
We'll get to some questions here in just a moment.
There we go.
Instagram comment, I love your Procreate Dreams tutorial. No idea why you gave it away for only $1, but I really appreciate you getting me up to speed.
You know why? Because it makes you love it.
And another Instagram question. Well, actually that, and hopefully you'll buy another class from us. That's
exactly.
That's kind of the idea.
I literally was a starving art student. When I went to school, it wasn't nearly as expensive as it is now, and I still struggled to get, to pay for my bills and everything when I was an art student. I didn't have any family helping me out, so I had to, do it myself. And so over the years, having seen how expensive college has gotten, I really we've made it our mission to kind of help out and give back.
Absolutely. And let's see, another Instagram comment. Will the Procreate Dreams class, the live event, be recorded for those who sign up and can't make it? Yes, all of our live events work that way. So as long as you pre-register, which you can do by going to creatureartteacher.com/live, you sign up and you'll be able to watch it live, and you'll also get a recording of the event. This particular event, we're going to be sending you I'm sorry, not a live. We're going to be sending you dialogue in advance. We'll probably send that out about a week before the event. So keep an eye on your email. The day of the event, there'll be a really clear, obvious link to get that audio as well if you haven't already gotten it. So,
and just to be clear too, that this will not be sold afterwards. So it's not something that we're going to sell after the fact. So, yes, if you sign up, you can watch it later. But if you don't sign up, you won't have access to it.
Correct. We do not sell these events after the fact. They're like one-off ticketed events.
They're meant to be exclusive for people that sign up.
Yep. And again, if you become a member to our website, you get it included for free if you become an annual member. Speaking of which, we are still running we decided to go ahead and extend our buy one, get one sale on memberships. It ends December 24th. So if you're looking for gift ideas, buy a membership for yourself and send one to a friend, or split one, and that gets you access to all 700 hours of lessons on the website, all of our storyboard lessons, animation courses, drawing classes, get you all of the brushes, all of the photo packs, and these live events included. Streaming memberships, if you're a streaming member, you get a discount on the live events.
Here, yeah, I like this. I like this little pose.
Zanji says, is the live event available yet? I'm looking in the app. No, you can't get the live events in the app, Zanji. It just has to do with the way Apple, the App Store thing works. So you've got to get it from the website.
Look at Zounji right on it.
Again, for people that just joined us, we are running our biggest sale of the holiday season right now. If you go to the website and use promo code winter-save, you can get any course on the website for only $10.
I want to feel like he's kind of sunk into the snow.
Aaron, can you tell us how you got in? Can you tell us how you got into animation and how you came to work for Disney? How did you fall in love with animation? I'm a big admirer.
Well, I just give you a little perspective. Animation wasn't really huge when I was college age. Animation was kind of on its way out. It was struggling. This is back in the mid 80s. I graduated from high school in 1986. And so in my background, I really loved nature. I loved illustration, and I wanted to work for National Geographic. And so I went to school. I went to college. I went to the Ringling College of Art and Design to become an illustrator and a painter. And that's what I wanted to do. And then I found out early on that National Geographic freelanced everything. They didn't have staff illustrators, and I wanted to get a staff job because as I was saying earlier, I'd really kind of struggled through the years trying to pay my bills, and I didn't want to freelance anymore. And so I started looking around at different opportunities beyond National Geographic, and lo and behold, I found out that Disney was actually coming to my school. First time ever going outside of animation schools. They were coming to my school to recruit for a training program. And so what they wanted to do was see portfolios, and then they would decide whether or not to bring that person in. or whoever they're looking at, and then they would train them over a 6-week period. And so I put together a portfolio, and lucky for me, I got in. I really didn't know what I was going to do. I thought maybe I'd be a background painter. I wasn't sure how I fit into the whole animation thing. But I got picked, and I was one of 8 people from across the country. And lucky for me, I was matched up with Glenn Keane created the Ariel from The Little Mermaid, and he created Beast, and he created Tarzan, and all kinds of wonderful characters. And he's just an incredibly generous, passionate animator. And so when I went into his office, I remember sitting there talking with him on my first day, and became really inspired. And I realized right then and there that this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And I struggled and struggled with it over that 6 weeks. But in hindsight, 6 weeks was kind of quick. But I was trained, and they liked, at the end of that, they liked my work enough that they hired me for when I graduated from college. So I went back to school for my final year, knowing that I had a job, and I started at Disney and for officially as my full-time job in April 17th of 1989. And I just kind of worked my way up, and that's my long answer.
Couple of YouTube questions here. As an animator, what are your thoughts on the Australian show Bluey?
I love Bluey. Nick got me turned on to Bluey. And I love the idea that it's always different. It always has, great positive teachings, and I don't know, it's just really cool.
It's not formulaic.
It's not formulaic, yes.
And
admittedly, Nick knows more about it than I do, but I've seen the episodes that he's shown me, and I just really love it.
I've got a 7-year-old son, so I've got an advantage in that department. Do you have any tips for more stable cleanup for animation? I think they're saying how to get a clean line, like a stable line.
Yes, when I clean up my animation, I don't hatch at it. I don't do this kind of thing. Can you go to my face?
Just the face? Sure.
Yeah, just the face. Just the face. So I don't do this kind of thing. I do long strokes. Try to be confident with your line and do a long stroke, and that helps with your cleanup. My cleanup still has varying line weights and a little bit of fur on the line here and there, because I like seeing that handmade quality. But even with really tight cleanup, getting in the habit, sorry about that, I just hit my mic. Getting in the habit of doing long strokes, confident, and it takes time to do it, but it'll improve your cleanup.
Another YouTube question. I have a question. I'm looking to purchase a course, either lighting or the figure drawing course, either the lighting and figure course or the painting in Photoshop. Which is better?
Neither one is better.
They're different.
They're just different.
So the Photoshop course is specifically aimed at learning how to do digital painting in Photoshop.
Exactly. So if you're going to be working digitally and you're still a little sketchy, I would recommend getting the Photoshop course first and then graduate to the lighting. But if you're already pretty adept at digital painting, then try the lighting.
Yeah, now the dynamic lighting in the figure course, that's about lighting in general, and that could technically apply to any piece of software or even traditional media.
Yes.
Eric on Instagram says, I just got your volume 2 book with the drawing of the dormouse.
Oh, cool. And it's got the cougar.
Yep. And Juan says, greetings from Puerto Rico. I'm a member of Creature Art Teacher and a huge fan of your work. My son Gustavo, 12 years old now, is a fan as well, and he is learning to animate. He's doing great thanks to your tutorials and lessons. We just got your volume 2 book 2 days ago. It's amazing.
Ah, thanks.
For people who don't know, we recently put out the Art of Air and Blaze volume 2. And we also still have a few copies left of the Aaron's 100 Drawings book. We're over 90% sold out on the 100 Drawings book, so we're getting real low in stock. So if you go to creatureartteacher.com/books, you can get both copies as available as a signed copy of both books. Creatureartteacher.com/books. Get them while supplies last.
So I'm going to start with this background. I want to get a nice gradient in the light coming down. I'm going to go ahead and set that to multiply so I can see it a little better. And then we're going to knock that back just a touch. And here, I'm going to go a little greener with it. Oops. Oh, I know what I did wrong. There we go. There, that's what I want. There we go. Here, I'm going to go a little greener with it. I was on the wrong layer. I'm always on the wrong layer. I do it all the time. There we go. Well, I hope everyone's having a good day today.
Frankie says the new book is fantastic. Frankie Bay.
Frankie Bay. Hello, Frankie Bay. I'm going to go with a greenish tint. Thank you, Frankie. So the Northern Lights are green-ish. They do get some warmer colors in there and some reds and pinks. But I'm going to go with the green light. So it's going to be shining some green light onto our image here. And then I'll go in and add some cools. I just want a basic silhouette to work with.
Erica says, Nick, are you wearing a David Coleman shirt? I sure am. I don't know how you could see that from the back, but I must have stood up at one point.
That's pretty good.
Have you ever tried CG or stop motion?
I never have. I've never tried CG or stop motion.
Christina on Instagram says, hi, I never catch these. I'm glad I got on Instagram today.
Yeah, me too. I think I need to be a little darker. Then I'm going to add the highlights to it.
Will you guys, another Instagram question, will you guys potentially bring an animation tutorial about effects animation like fire, water, wave, and various blurring actions, etc.?
Yes. Matter of fact, we are going to be shooting that in the middle of next month.
Yep. So that'll be coming very soon. And again, if you become a member to Creature Art Teacher, you can get that course included.
Yep.
Also, for people who just joined us, I want to let you know that we are running a sale at creatureartteacher.com where you can get any course on the website for only $10 if you use promo code WINTERSAVE. And we also announced that we have a live workshop coming up with Procreate Dreams. If you go to, oh, I hit the wrong button. There we go. If you go to creatureartteacher.com/live, you can sign up Spots are limited. And what's cool about that is you can also send that workshop as a gift. All of our courses can be sent as a gift, by the way. So if you've got any last minute Christmas shopping to do and you have someone that's an artist in your life, go pick them up a course.
Do it. All right, so I've done a basic. Now, obviously, this is just local, and these are darks. This is the dark value, and then I'm going to go ahead and start adding the lighter values. But I want to, I'm laying out kind of the layout of what this image is going to look like.
Fuzzy Dragon on Twitch says, I bought a few of your animation courses and I love them. Thank you, Aaron.
Oh, you are welcome. Let's see here. Let's get him a little.
Jeremy asks, I've been drawing for 10 plus years, but I have no idea how to start animation. But I do have an idea for a cartoon show. What do you recommend for a beginner in animation?
What do I recommend for a beginner in animation? Well, you want to start learning animation. And so there are a lot of courses available out on the internet, like preacherartteacher.com. I've got several courses on teaching animation. And there's a lot of stuff just out there as well. I really love teaching it. And if it's something you're really passionate about, I recommend hopping over to the website and checking out what we've got. Otherwise, it's a lot of drawing. It's understanding, story and structure from that standpoint, and and understanding how when you want to tell a story through animation, there's that, and then animation is its own separate entity altogether. But you want to draw a lot. That's basically what it boils down to. A lot of drawing and getting in, settling in for that ride. Meaning it's, I have a lot of young people that want to animate, but they don't want to draw a lot. And so you have to, if you want to be a 2D hand-drawn animator, you've got to get used to the idea that you're going to be drawing a lot.
You might want to check out our complete animation course. I just posted a link to it in the comments on all the social media channels. That course is eligible for the winter save coupon, so you can get that for just $10. And that's Aaron takes you through the 12 fundamentals of animation, the 12 principles. He takes you through his approach to animating the scene. Also includes a bunch of the source files and JPEGs, so you can break things down frame by frame.
Yes.
Martin says, Glenn and Snow Bear were looking at the sky when suddenly they heard a deep voice say, Simba.
Yes. You have forgotten me.
And Wicked Art says, I'm very excited about your new graphic design for artists course. I'm a graphic designer and I'm looking forward to taking it.
Well, I'll tell you, Dave Clayton is a good one to take the course from.
Yeah,
the guy knows his stuff.
For people who don't know, over at creatureartteacher.com, we've got a brand new course from Dave Clayton, graphic design for artists and illustrators. You can check that out at creatureartteacher.com. I don't have a slide for that one.
What? So I'm trying to get what I'm trying to do right now is get my base kind of dark in here. And I feel like I went a little too light with our polar bear, because we're going to work our way up to lighter values.
What's your opinion on Klaus? Do you think it should have won the Oscar over Toy Story 4 in 2019?
Yes.
I think it's an incredible movie and it deserved it more.
I do think it should have won, and I like Toy Story 4 as well, but I thought Klaus was a bigger achievement and something completely different than what we'd seen before, and deserved more recognition. It's one of my favorite contemporary animated films that's been done in the last 20 years. I think it's beautiful.
Erica says, I finished Dave Clayton's course. It's very good.
Really? I'm surprised at that.
Erica Bay finishes classes as fast as we can make them.
I know.
You probably didn't see this on the chat the other day, but she said when she was in, I want to say it was high school or it was one of her schools, the teacher gave them all of the homework assignments that they were going to have for the whole year in the first week and said there's no excuse for not knowing what your assignments were.
She had them done in a week.
Yep.
That's hilarious. That's so Erica. All right, so I've got some reference. Where is my downloads?
This is kind of related to what you showed earlier about cleanup, but maybe it'll spark a different answer. Jim on Facebook asks, I love your work and your approach to teaching. I recently bought your character design course and I love working through it. Quick question for you. How do you control your pen, whether it's digital or on paper? I still tend to make shaky lines at times and struggle to keep them smooth. Any suggestions?
You know, that I was talking about earlier, getting more confident with your strokes. That helps. Drawing from the shoulder helps. Yeah, those are probably the best pieces of advice I can give you. And just continuing to practice. You'll get better as you go.
And also, don't be afraid to make bad drawings.
Yeah, that's the other, yeah, exactly.
You got to get bad drawings out of your system so you can get to the good ones.
We all do bad drawings.
Speaking of that character design course, we've extended it. The sale, the $1 sale on that was going to end a couple of weeks ago, but it's been really popular. So we decided to extend it a little while longer. If you go to creatureartteacher.com/learn, you can pick up Aaron's course. It's over 20 videos long. Over 20 videos. It's over 16 hours long, and you get to keep it. So go to creatureartteacher.com/learn and pick up Aaron Blaze's character design course for just $1.
$1.
John on Instagram says, it blew my mind when I found out you don't just have to draw from the wrist.
Truth. I'm going to be laying down truths on you guys.
Artistic Outlaw on Instagram says, I've actually tried not to watch too many of your animated videos on Snow Bear, so when it's all done, it's a surprise. But
Good.
But this here is very pretty. This drawing we're talking.
Well, thank you.
We're not spoiling the entire film. Don't worry.
We're being very careful not to.
Want to let people know too that Aaron did a limited edition signed and numbered print of his 100 drawings, 100 years, 100 characters poster.
Yeah.
We only have 3 left. So get them. We're 97% sold out. We only made 100, and when they're gone forever. Go to creatureartteacher.com/prints and you can get one. Help us sell them out. And since it's Christmas, we usually do something fun for the holidays. What do you think we ought to do this year, Aaron?
As far as like a giveaway?
Yeah. Want to give this a high-res copy of this drawing away,
I was
maybe?
going to say, let's do that. Let's do a high-res copy of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's what we do. When this drawing is all done, which I guess you have to put some faith in us that he's going to finish the drawing.
I'm going to finish it today, baby.
It'll be done before the stream. If you're signed up for our newsletter, which is right on the homepage of creatureartteacher.com, or you sign up between now and Christmas Day, we will send you a bunch of free files on Christmas morning, including a high-res file of this drawing here, suitable for printing and framing. When I first met Aaron on YouTube, I was just a student. Now I'm a concept artist who draws for games, and I owe a lot of debt and gratitude to Aaron.
Oh, wow. I like that. Thanks.
Thank you very much. And congratulations on putting in all the hard work.
Yeah, for sure. Creating a clipping mask right now.
Have you ever watched the Shirokuma Cafe? It's about a polar bear that owns a cafe. I think you will like it.
No, I haven't.
Twitch comment. Have you ever made any animal hybrids?
I've done lots of animal hybrids. I've got a lot of demos on that.
Yeah, if you go to our YouTube channel, as a matter of fact, which is where Aaron Blaze art on all of the social media channels, and so that includes YouTube. There's a playlist there on Corel Painter that Aaron did for Corel, and it's a lion zebra hybrid. You can watch that whole process be made, and a lot of the live streams in the past. There's a live stream playlist, and there's a bunch of those.
Right now, I'm just kind of laying in the lighting.
I should make a playlist of all the creatures.
Yeah, we should. Trying to get all that lighting.
Again, for people just joining us, we've got a live workshop in Procreate coming up on February 24th. Again, I keep hitting the wrong darn slide. On February 24th, if you go to creatureartteacher.com/live, you can sign up for that. Spots are limited. It can also be sent as a gift, and you can schedule delivery for any time or date. But the event itself takes place February 24th.
So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take the drawing layer. I'm going to knock it back because I eventually want to get rid of the drawing layer. I'm just going to knock that back. Now I'm coming back in here and adding some reflected light to the underside of this. I'm still just roughing things in.
There we go. What animals would you like to see animated in stories, considering wolves are often the most overused?
More wolves. No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any specifics. I like everything, you know. So it's. I wouldn't say wolves are overused. I kind of disagree with that sentiment. I just think it's come up with a good story.
Elizabeth on Instagram says, really enjoying your anatomy course as a refresher before I jump into character design.
Ah,
Well, they were actually designed to be taken together. So they were originally going to be one course, but we decided we had so much on anatomy that we split it into its own course.
yes, it's true. So I am glad you're liking it.
John asks, in traditional hand-drawn animation, animators often use red and blue colored pencils. Is it okay to use any other color if the red and blue pencil is not available to you currently?
Yeah, the only reason we used red and blue is because we were, you know, it was all a photographic process, and so when our drawings were scanned,
Or Xeroxed, right? The red and blue didn't show up, right?
yeah, depending on what system they were using, the red and the blue didn't show up, and so that's why we use red and blue. You can use whatever you want.
Honestly, you don't even need to use that anymore. It's not really,
It's not a thing.
yeah. Aaron tends to just use a light pencil and then go over
Yeah.
with a darker pencil.
Once again, just roughing in areas here.
Well, someone's saying the stream seems frozen. It's because you're using a darker color, I think is what they're saying. They can't really see the,
I'm using highlight right now.
yeah. I know it bothers you, but I still think we should turn the cursor highlighter on for these streams.
Yeah, it drives me nuts when I'm trying to draw.
Yeah, I know. On these dark, when you're doing a darker composition, though, it is really hard to see where the cursor's at.
It's right where I'm drawing.
Oh wait, the stream is frozen.
Oh, is it?
Oh, guys, there's a hold on. It's been frozen for a while. You're about to have your mind blown. It froze a long time ago. I haven't been turning my back looking at.
Oh man, yeah. You weren't looking at it?
I was looking at the stream on there. I didn't realize I was answering questions and typing and all that. Hold on, everybody. Bear with us.
No pun intended.
You're about to see a whole lot of. Oh, it came back. That was it. Opening the lid and closing it fixed it. Sorry about that, everybody. Big jump.
Son of a!
It was the desktop that was frozen. Aaron wasn't frozen, but the.
So, what was that about them not being able to see what I was doing?
Yeah. Sorry. That's what that's what the question was about. Apologies, everybody. The feed from the Mac froze, but the camera was still live, so I didn't catch it. I'm the worst. Aaron's gonna have to have a cup of coffee so he can fire me.
That's right. Right.
That's one thing that never used to happen when we didn't go through the laptop.
Yeah.
So I just haven't trained myself to look for it. Won't happen again, sir. Cut to. Oh my God, it happened again. Have you ever seen the Northern Lights in person?
I never have, and I really want to badly.
Can you please control Z all the way to the part where it was frozen so that we can see the steps?
No. Was that a Martinberger comment?
No, it wasn't. But
That seemed like something Martinberger would say.
people were like, "Yeah, that was quite a jump."
I,
Yeah, I missed all of the light coming. Wow, can't believe I didn't catch that. I'm sorry.
Turn my phone to silent. Sorry about that, guys.
Although maybe at some point you can go back and turn off the layers so they can see what layers were added since they missed some of that. If you get a chance, if it's practical. Question: what do you use for your art? Is it a Mac or PC?
This is a Mac. This is a Mac.
Mark of Art on YouTube asks, do you still use Krita, Aaron, and have you tried animating in it?
I haven't tried animating in it. I use TV Paint for that. I did a demo using Krita as a drawing tool, painting tool. And yeah, it was cool. I haven't gone back to it. No, I use Photoshop.
What is your personal connection to bears, Aaron?
I don't have really, other than directing Brother Bear. I don't have like this special affinity for bears. I just happen to come up with stories that involve bears, I guess. I do like them.
Fun Film says, hey, Aaron. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Fun Film. So I'm kind of lightening up the bear a little bit. Then I'm going to go back in with more shadows that are cooler. What happened there? That's weird.
What do you think about Procreate Dreams?
I love Procreate Dreams, to be honest with you. I really like it a lot. And especially it makes it so accessible for folks that have iPads. It's a very affordable program, which I think is cool.
We've actually got a live event coming up, a live workshop where Aaron's going to be taking you through his approach to animating dialogue in Procreate Dreams. If you go to creatureartteacher.com/live, you can sign up for that. Spots are limited, and it can also be sent as a Christmas gift. The event itself is on Saturday, February 24th.
Yes, it is.
We've also still got some books available. If you go to creatureartteacher.com/books, we're offering signed copies as well.
All right. So once
How
again,
did you end up creating the John Lewis Christmas advert? Did you have full creative control, or were they quite specific about what they wanted?
They were very specific. I really only handled the animation part of it, and I shared the responsibility with Dom Carolla. I also handled the character design. So I co-directed the actual animation, but I was like a junior director underneath the main directors who were in charge of the whole project. And so I handled, like I said, the character design, and then I animated the bear and the hare character. Other people animated the other animal characters. I oversaw that animation, and then we would have meetings with the directors who were based in London, and they would approve or give notes or whatever. And we took about 8 weeks to make the short. And then, and then that's pretty much how we handled it. It was, pretty much following the storyboards and, the pre-established lengths of the shots and everything. And they had layouts already worked out for us, so I didn't have to worry about creating the layouts. The layouts are the backgrounds, the staging for the characters. So here I'm painting in the light on Snow Bear.
Proco says people should definitely sign up for that Dreams workshop. Aaron knows what he's talking about when it comes to Procreate Dreams.
Hey, Proco. Thanks, man. So I feel like my polar bear is getting a little funky in this color. Because his polar bears aren't really white. They're a little bit off-white, warm, and I went a little too warm with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust his color.
Question: if someone had access to all of your courses, which you do with a membership, which order or sequence would you advise that the student start taking those courses? So we get this question a lot, and we're actually working on some sort of graphics for this, but really it depends on what you want to study. So we've got courses that are more geared towards drawing and traditional painting, and then we've got courses that are more aimed at animation. So if your interest is animation, you're definitely going to want to start with the complete animation course that takes you through the fundamentals of animation and scene approach. Then you're going to want to go to acting for animation. Then you're going to want to probably go to the advanced mechanics. You probably want to do the 4-leg animation in there somewhere as well. If you're doing drawing, we always recommend that you start with the figure drawing course, because drawing people is something you're going to need to know how to do. So, I would go drawing and character design, or if you like animal drawing, you can start with whatever appeals to you. How was the Simba versus Scar scene done in slow motion back in 1994? How is this accomplished with hand-drawn animation?
Slow motion is just, how do you get slow motion? It's extra frames, right? So when you get, the camera plays 24 frames per second. So if you want something to play in slow motion, you have to shoot it with a lot more frames. You have to shoot at, say, 120 frames per second. When you play that through, it goes through at 24 frames per second, and that slows down the action. Now, you can't shoot animation at 120 frames a second, but what you can do is do that many drawings. And so it really requires doing all of those drawings. You take an action that, you would animate it at a normal speed. If you want to get that slow motion in there, you literally add more drawings in between the drawings that are there, and it slows down the action because the camera rate is always 24 frames per second. Now, there were some areas in there that they, rather than adding all of those extra drawings, they held each drawing for a longer number of frames rather than 1 or 2 frames. They would hold them for, say, 12 frames, and then they would put a cross dissolve on each one of those drawings, and so it would cross dissolve from drawing to drawing over a period of 12 frames or 10 frames or whatever, and you get this really interesting kind of ratcheted feel, but it's soft at the same time. Hope that makes sense.
Yeah, actually, and it's funny you mentioned that particular scene because we just talked about that on we do twice weekly live streams for members where Aaron is animating his short film Snow Bear in real time. So if you become a member to our website, you get access to those live streams. We actually just had an in-depth conversation and demonstration on those private live streams, those members only streams, this past week. So if you head on over to creatureartteacher.com, we've got 2 memberships to choose from. We've got our monthly plan and we've got our annual plan. The annual plan right now is buy one, get one free until Christmas. And that includes over 700 hours of art lessons. Thousands of brushes are included, artist reference photo packs. We've got stuff on animal drawings, storyboarding, acting for animation, Procreate, Photoshop, creature design, character design, how to paint light, perspective, color theory. And as I mentioned earlier, twice weekly, we've got those behind the scenes streams of Snow Bear. Twice a week.
That we do. Maybe we'll show a little bit of Snow Bear as a treat.
Oh, that'd be fun.
See if people want to, see if we can entice you to come over and be a member and join us.
Let us know in the comments if you'd like to see a little bit of Snow Bear during this stream.
So I'm just going in and kind of softening some of the drawing that I did on here. So I'm getting kind of a rough setup here. I'm going to do a layer on top of all this. Right here. I'm going to set it to multiply. And I'm going to grab some of the dark blue. Make it a little bluer. Because, yeah.
People are saying, yes, please. Yes,
yes,
please.
Please.
Well, we will show that a little later on in the stream, for sure. Do you strictly follow the 2s or 1s on a shot you decided to the very end, or does it depend on how stuff, or can it be a mix of 2s and 1s to suit the movement that you want?
Yes, it can always be a mix of 2s and 1s. It's very rarely, actually, that it's all 1s or just all, well, I do a lot of shots that are all 2s. But yeah, it can always be a mixture.
Is it possible to make a series by yourself without any help except for voice actors? I'm planning to try it, but don't know if I should.
Depends on complexity. Depends on how complex your designs are, the number of drawings, per shot, all of that. It really comes down to man hours, right? So if you can achieve the man hours with just yourself, then that's great.
Ziggy says, I got your character design in your Procreate Dreams courses, and I remember you mentioning that I should practice anatomy and life drawing and all of that. I'm getting an anatomy book for Christmas. Do you think I should keep following along with your courses, even if I don't know much of the stuff you know? Yeah, that's how you learn.
That's how you learn, yes.
Absolutely. In fact, we have a course on human anatomy and figure drawing, and you can get that for only $10, as you can with all of our classes, if you use promo code WINTERSAVE on the website. Go to creatureartteacher.com, pick out any courses you want, enter promo code winter-save, and you'll get them for $10 each. Unless they're less than that, in which case they stay less.
There we go. So I'm just working on getting lighting in here. Still staying rough with it.
Claudia Bourbon says, yes, my nephew Bruno is 8 years old and he wants to watch some of Snow Bear. So make sure we
All right, Claudia.
Claudia works with us. Her and Steve are currently in Mexico visiting family for the holidays. What kind of animation program would you advise to use as a beginner to expert? Well, if you're a beginner just starting out, it really depends on what platform. If you're on an iPad, I highly recommend Procreate Dreams because it's only $20. Calipeg is a great app as well. If you're on a computer, like a Mac or a PC, you can't go wrong with TV Paint. It's an incredible piece of software, but it is a little on the pricey end. So if you're just starting out and you just want to dabble, they do have a free trial that you can try. Or if you want to try animating in Krita, we've heard a lot of good things about that. I wouldn't recommend Photoshop. I don't think that's a very good animation tool.
Not for animation, no.
Yeah, it's a great drawing tool, but not for animation.
I'm just laying in shadows right now. Still working out lighting.
Mark says, drink some hot tea. Yeah, my voice is cracking a little bit. Actually, I might go get a cup of that coffee. How do you know where to put the shadows and the lighting?
Well, I think about the form and how that light is falling on the form. And that is what determines how it's going to look. So now what I've done is I've just taken out the line work altogether, and you can see it's like, but you can still start to see the form. And by taking out the line work, now I can see where I need to define. And that's what I'm going to start doing now. I'm going to go a little hotter with that color. Oops, I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. Put a layer right on top of that.
We're good. Can you move your cursor? I want to make sure the drawing hasn't frozen again.
You see it?
Yep, we're good. Got some coffee. Thank you for the suggestion. Much better.
Much more better.
Aaron, who animated Jafar?
Andreas Deja. I'm going to get that nose, his nose. I'm going to get a little bit of, I got to get the darkness on his nose, but I'm just going to go with the highlights right now.
Instagram comment. Aaron, thanks for the inspiration. I'm back painting for the first time this year because of you.
Oh, wow, that's great.
What would you say is the core of a story? Is it the characters or the plot?
They both work off of each other. The characters tend to be more entertaining. Plot, you can have a thin plot with entertaining characters. Plot is not usually what people attach themselves to, although a plot can be very interesting. Character is what people usually attach themselves to. So there's that. But what really ties it together for me, especially when I'm creating a story, is thematic. What is your story about? And that's where you really want to kind of put the eggs in the basket, so to speak, so you understand what you're talking about in your story. So but there's plot-driven stories, character-driven stories, but you really can't have one without the other.
What are your plans for Christmas, Aaron? Twitch question.
Sitting right here. We're going to be sitting right here. I got my daughter coming in to visit tomorrow, and then she'll be here through Sunday, and then my son Dustin will be here on Saturday or Sunday and Monday. I'm going to put his holding line back on in just a minute, because I want it to kind of match the look of the film.
Kirk asks, Aaron and Nick, what's your all-time favorite Christmas movie?
I love Christmas Story
Christmas Story.
and It's a Wonderful Life.
Those are both good ones. Klaus is up there for me.
Oh yeah, Klaus is good for sure.
Christmas Vacation is good, but that's
Awesome.
yeah. Die Hard.
Yeah.
Also, we've been doing a little promotion with our memberships. If you sign up for a monthly streaming or annual membership before December 25th, you're going to be eligible. And if you're already an existing member, you're automatically eligible. We're doing a giveaway. We've got about 8 or 9 of these Brother Bear 20th anniversary ornaments that are signed by Aaron Blaze and Tony Cipriano. Aaron directed the movie, of course. And Tony Cipriano, who has a number of courses on our website, sculpted the ornament for Disney.
Along with all of the maquettes for the movie.
Yeah. Tony worked on the movie. Was on the crew.
All right. We got a nice rough rough color in there. He looks more like a statue at this point, but we're going to get this.
Martin asks,
Martin!
what's your personal favorite course on Creature Art Teacher?
My personal favorite will have to be my Birds of Prey. And I like my animation courses. I like all of those. They're fun to do.
What American painter do you look up to?
American painter.
I mean, aren't some of the animal guys you like American?
Yeah, I mean,
Robert Bateman?
yeah, but I'm trying to think of, yeah, Bateman's Canadian. Carl Rungus is German.
What about Guy Koliak?
Guy Koliak is American. Yeah.
Wyeth?
Wyeth, yeah, I'd have to say Wyeth.
NC or Andrew?
Andrew's my favorite. I like NC okay.
NC was the dad, right?
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to do it with the hard round. So I'm just going to do the holding line on here. And I'll do another pass over that. And then we'll start hitting our finishing details.
It's interesting. Glenn, the polar bear, almost, with the holding line, I think it'll change it. I was going to say he almost has a sculpture quality.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He looks like he's a sculpture right now.
Yep. I would concur. I should have concurred. What's that quote from?
I don't know.
I should have concurred. It is from Catch Me If You Can. Doctor, do you concur? Do you concur? I should have concurred.
There we go. And we'll put little highlights on his nose.
Get some more questions here in a second. Fayan says, Aaron, I want you to know how magical and inspirational it is that you keep alive the art of 2D animation that we really don't see anymore in new movies. It means so much for a lot of us.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot to me saying that.
And another YouTube comment, maybe one day you can make Snow Bear cereal with Snow Bear marshmallows.
Sure.
Fun Film asks, if you could go anywhere in the world, this is for Aaron and Nick, where would you want to go?
Back to Africa. Back to the Masai Mara. My favorite place.
Top of my list is Australia right now. But I would love to go back to Africa too.
One layer I haven't turned on yet to show you guys what we got from our good friend Stefan Coons. Is right there. There's our title. Pretty cool, huh? Might have to shift the color a little bit.
Again, if you're just joining us, we're going to make this poster available as a high-res piece of art for free as a file that you can print, suitable for printing. If you go to creatureartteacher.com and sign up for the newsletter, there's a link right on the homepage or right on the footer of every page. Click that link, sign our newsletter, and on Christmas Day, we're going to send a bunch of little goodies out, including a high-res version of this image here. We've also still got our Procreate Dreams class on sale for just $1 for a limited time. If you're interested in learning dreams, go ahead and check out that course. And it'll also be a great to brush up before our next live event on February 24th, where we're going to be doing an all-day workshop. February 24th, that's a Saturday. We're going to be taking you through animating dialogue in Procreate Dreams. You can learn more about that at creatureartteacher.com/live, and spots are limited.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Bozeman, Montana.
All right. Here. Here we go.
Did you work on The Lion King 2 or not? In the second movie, Nala looks quite a bit different.
No, I didn't work on Lion King 2. I didn't work on any of the sequels.
Those were all done by as direct to video, so it's a completely different team
A
of
whole different
animators.
department. There was a
completely
direct to
different
video
crew.
department. Yep. A lot of them were done overseas as well.
Who makes the soundtrack to your movies?
Who makes the soundtrack? Well, it's any number of different artists that Disney hires to do music. So if you're talking about the films that I'm making now, the last film that we just did with the Penguin Project, that was Max Mueller, who did our score for us. He's based in Los Angeles, and if you're looking for somebody to do a score for you, he's the guy. He was great.
Max Mueller, Mueller.
So here I'm going to go back into, I'm going to lock that down. And I want to go in and get some really hot.
Is Snow Bear a short film? Is there a release date?
We don't have a release date yet, and yes, it is a short film. Get this a little hotter.
When you say hotter, what do you mean?
Hotter temperature-wise and brighter.
And how do you achieve that?
I adjust on the value on my palette. I go in and grab a brighter, warmer color.
Now, are you doing color burns at all there or
No,
dodges?
right now I'm just doing strict, just color.
That's just painting.
Color and value, yep. There we go. I'm going to go even hotter now, more towards the yellow, brighter. Still, I'm going to hit it right in here. Right about there. Because then I can go in and kind of hit the bears a little more too. Yeah, boy, I'm liking this. You can keep it nice and simple. So I'm on that holding line. Now I'm going to go back again. I'm actually going to use the color I just grabbed. And I'm going to go in and I am going to do another highlight pass. Reflecting the light. I'm going to do it right over the drawing too. I want to see how this might look. Oh, let me knock that up to 100%. There we go.
How do you find a unique art style, but also make sure the anatomy still makes sense?
Well, you understanding proportion and design really helps with that. So when I'm creating let's say a character like Snow Bear. Now my designs tend to be, they tend to be a little bit more realistic, but even cartoony ones, like in Lion King, let's say, when I was designing Nala for Lion King, I wanted her to have caricature, but I also wanted her anatomy to make sense. And so within the confines of that design, I made sure that the anatomy still had some kind of grounding in reality, in the world that we were trying to create.
Now, what about if you got into something really stylized, like, trying to think of something.
I still try to think of anatomy.
Okay.
I think like say Kung Fu Panda, which I think is pretty designy. I try to think, very much about anatomy, but I'm pushing the proportions of the anatomy in the same way I'm pushing the proportions in the designs. Here, as you can see, hitting just some brighter highlights that are reflecting that nice bright that we put in there. And I'm hitting the details. There. I watched that about 2/3 of that new Rebel Moon movie that's out on Netflix.
How was it?
It's the Seven Samurai, which I thought was kind of cool.
Because it's getting really bad reviews, but then
I know, but it's totally Star Wars too.
But then Star Wars was based on Seven Samurai anyway.
Yeah.
Or the old Kurosawa movies anyway. I mean,
Yeah. In Seven Samurai, it's Kurosawa as well,
Yeah,
but this is definitely the Seven Samurai though. It's right in there. But it's cool. And I thought it's as derivative as it is. And I'm not a huge Zack Snyder fan. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's funny because his movies are never well reviewed.
I love 300.
And I don't necessarily think his movies are for critics. You know what I mean?
No.
It's not what he's after.
That feels pretty good. Kind of refining now.
So again, for people just joining us, we are running our biggest sale of the Christmas holiday season over at creatureartteacher.com. If you go to creatureartteacher.com and enter promo code winter-save, you can pick up any course on the website for only $10. That's any single course, brush set, or photo pack for only $10. We've also still got our Procreate Dreams course for only $1. And also our character design course for only $1. Those sales are ending soon, so get them while you can. We've also got only three left of Aaron's limited edition 100 Years, 100 Characters signed and numbered print. You can get that by going to creatureartteacher.com/prints, PRINTS.
So I'm just adding a little blue light in here in the shadows just to cool them down a little bit. A little blue reflected light coming from down below somewhere. All right, we're getting close. We got to play Snow Bear here pretty quick, don't we?
Yeah.
How about let's play Snow Bear now, and then I'll come back and finish it.
Sure.
All right.
I don't have a mechanism to play it, so.
Well, we're going to do it right here. Let me see where we're at. I'm not sure where it is on the timeline. There we are. Let me make sure everything's rendered.
Mute the music,
Yeah, I'm going to have to mute the music.
unfortunately.
It's going to take it just a little bit to render. It's getting there.
The music right now is placeholder music.
Yes.
And so it's pretty common practice to use music from other films. And so we can't, unfortunately, stream it with the music while the placeholder music is in there because we'll get dinged for copyright stuff.
Yes. So unfortunately, I wish you could hear the temporary score we have in there because it adds a lot of mood. But I'm going to have to mute that.
But we are working with a composer, a high quality composer on the finished score, and we can't wait till that's in place.
Yeah.
In fact, if you become a member at creatureartteacher.com, either annual or monthly streaming, you get access to our Snow Bear streams, and we're taking you through the entire process of making that film, including post-production. So you'll be in on some of the music meetings as well.
So
Let
I'm
me know
just
when
going to
you're ready,
mute
Aaron.
all the, I don't, because all my sound effects are mixed with the music as well.
Okay.
You're going to see a temporary logo for Creature Art Teacher, which is Cat. This is a temporary logo that we're working on right here. Oh, let me do this. There we go.
I'll keep you on the screen so you can talk over it.
So windy. Actually, take me off because
Okay.
I don't want to be distracting it. So they can hear me. So it's a lot of wind, environmental sounds throughout here. We want to get a sense of loneliness in the Arctic. And then we reveal our lone polar bear in a big world, walking the ice by himself. Title done by Stefan Kuhns. And he's looking around. We see he's searching for something. And he moves on. Still in a cold, dramatic world. We're basing all of this on Baffin Island, which is in northeast Canada. There's a lot of polar bears up there, and it's a very dramatic landscape. Here he thinks he's going to make a friend, but no, to no avail. I'll just let it play for now. But just to reiterate with you guys, if you become a member, one of the things that's included in the membership, along with all of our courses, is that you can join me every Tuesday and Thursday as I'm making Snow Bear every day. But every Tuesday and Thursday, you can join me. And we've really got a great group of people. And I basically tell you what I'm making and how I'm making it and why I'm doing it. And it's a little animated filmmaking class. We've been doing this for a year and a half. We've been working on this project. We've done, what is it, 137?
Almost
streams?
140, yeah.
140 live streams so far. And you'll have access, if even if you become a member now, you have access to all of those past live streams.
Absolutely.
So it's about 300 hours worth of 300 hours, maybe 400 hours worth of live streams that we've done so far.
And that's on top of the 700 hours of courses that we have available.
Yes.
So you really do get a huge bang for your buck if you become a member to Future Art Teacher.
But everything you're seeing right now, I've done over the last year and a half. And that's all the backgrounds, all of the effects, all of the character animation, and all of the color as well. Claudia Bourbon has done some of the color, and we're going to be shifting over. I'm going to be handing some of this off to be colored as well.
Yeah, one of the things we're going to do is take you through the production process as well. So we've got a document where we're tracking how many shots are done, how many shots we have left to go, and all that's part of the production process, and that's all part of what we'll be sharing with members.
Yeah, the production side of everything is very important so that you can kind of make a judgment on what your quota needs to be each week in order to hit your deadline. These are all things that we did at Disney and that I continue to do when I create a project. But ultimately, this is a 10 minute and 27-second short. I'm going to show you about 4 minutes of it. Maybe a little more than 4 minutes. But he finally gets his little friend made, and then we're off to the second act of them having fun together. And so you'll notice like the palette changes, you know, as the mood changes. And there's a lot of things that I turned off a few things there, I guess. We're missing some animation. But I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. I just wanted to give you a little taste. But there we are. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to get out of here.
We can't wait to be done with it. And again, if you become a member, which right now memberships are still buy one, get one. That's until Christmas. If you become an annual member, you get over 700 hours of art and animation lessons, everything on the website, plus those streams. And they are buy one, get one until December 25th. So pick up one for yourself, send one to a friend, split it with a friend. There's all kind of ways to
there you go.
think about it. Plus, if you become a member, you're automatically eligible to receive a signed 20th anniversary Brother Bear ornament. This is a limited edition special that we're doing. We're going to randomly select a few people and give those away.
All right. Let's go back to our regularly scheduled program. Here we are. So there's Snow Bear for you. A little snippet.
Yes, there's sound and music and all that stuff, but we muted them because they were all on the same track during that particular thing.
Yeah, we had to mute it so we didn't get picked up for copyright infringement.
Mm-hmm. Again, Aaron's website is creatureartteacher.com. If you enjoy these live streams, you will love what we have there. We are coming up on our 10th anniversary as an art education website.
Yes, we are actually. That's great. So there's a couple little things I want to do in here. So let's see. There it is. I want to add a little texture. Got some very nice brushes here that kind of do a little splatter effect. I want to get a little texture in there. There. Mm. Add some stars. Starry, starry night.
People are saying thank you so much for sharing that. I really can't wait to see when it's done.
Oh, good. Well, I'm excited to share it when it's done.
We're getting there. Chipping away, chipping away.
So I'm just sitting here creating some stars.
Again, for people that might be joining us late, I want to let you know that Aaron is doing a live online workshop event on Saturday, February 24th. You can sign up for that now by going to creatureartteacher.com/live. Spots are limited, so you do have to pre-register. If you can't watch it in person, you do get a replay of the event, but only if you pre-register. And that event can also be sent as a gift. So if you'd like to send that to a friend for the holidays, that's a great gift that you could send to the artist or aspiring artist in your life. creatureartteacher.com/live.
I'm just going to add another layer on top of the stars I just did and gave them a little bit of a blur. Knock the opacity back just a touch, so they're not too overwhelming. There we go. And I'm just going to add a few finishing touches here. I don't want this to overcomplicate too much. I'm just going to add a few details, just little touches here and there. There we go. A little bit of fur texture. So one thing I want to do is with the title.
By the way, if you are looking for any last minute gift ideas, all of the courses on our website can be sent as a gift. Also, we have digital gift certificates that you can send as well. If you go to creatureartteacher.com, right on the homepage there's a link for that.
There we go. Just wanted to shift the color a little bit to harmonize it with the rest of everything else in there. And now I want to hit a little bit of snow. Create a little bit of texture with this.
How would you go about animating an extinct animal, as in one that we aren't quite sure how it looked?
Well, I try to find out as much as I can about the anatomy, look at bone structure. And a lot of times let's say like a saber-toothed cat, I've done little draw or paint overs right over the, am I drawing on the title? No. I've done, paint overs on right over the photos of the skull. And that helps, having that skull available.
Jet asks, do you use special brushes in Photoshop or the default ones?
I make my own brushes. That's what I like to do. I like to make my own brushes. I was drawing on the wrong layer, as usual.
So Aaron primarily draws with what we call his pastel C brush. which I
Yeah,
posted.
today I'm kind of jumping all over the place.
He's jumping all over the place, but usually for drawings, it's the pastel C brush. I posted a link in the comments to that set that you can get that in. You can also get it for free if you join our newsletter.
Yeah.
Martin asks, if you could adopt one person from your live member streams, why would you choose Eric?
That's funny.
Joshua wants to know, do you prefer to draw digitally or on paper?
I like paper. I like drawing digitally, but I like having physical drawings.
And ask him tomorrow and the answer might be different because I've
Yep.
heard him answer that both ways.
Yep, I figured I'd just give a definitive answer. I just like having physical drawings. I love the process of digital drawing because it's quick and it's, you can get results fast, but
Wait, you've got a whole bunch of digital drawings physically right here.
right.
For people who don't know, we do have 2 art books by Aaron Blaze available, creatureartteacher.com/books. We even have signed copies available. Supplies are getting low on both books. The 100 Drawings book is over 90% sold out.
All right, one more thing.
One more thing, everybody.
Actually, it's going to be 2 more things.
See, it's always fake. It's the false. That's the classic fake out.
Yes, it is. I hit just a couple of even brighter highlights.
Instagram question: do you have any tips on creating a good portfolio for animation school?
Yes. Put in good drawings. If you're going to do some animation, have some character animation in there. And characters interacting, I should say, if you can. Otherwise, if you don't, remember, school is for learning, so you don't have to know everything. I screwed up there.
But most schools are going to be looking for solid drawing.
Yes, they are.
Most art schools. It's
Boy,
their
I
number
messed up.
one criteria.
I messed up again. Doggone it. I moved my layers around and messed up.
You done messed up, Blaze.
There it is. This goes on top of that. All right. Now I'm better. And I need to be on this layer. Thank you. Goodbye.
I say good day. How did you do lip sync in the old days of traditional animation without scrubbing through the audio on a timeline? How would you sync the audio?
We would be given what's called an exposure sheet, and all of the dialogue was written out on the exposure sheet, and then we'd also be given a cassette tape. Yes, we used cassette tapes back then. And so we would listen to the dialogue on our cassette tape. We would have headphones and a tape player, a Walkman, that we would listen to. And then we would look at the exposure sheet. And one of the functions of the editorial department was to take all of the dialogue and write it out in the exposure sheet. Now, an exposure sheet is there to tell you how long your shot is. It shows you all the frames, and you lay your drawings out according to the frame numbers. And so also on the frame numbers, you can see where the dialogue's written out. And so we would use that as reference for animating the dialogue. We would listen to it so we could get a sense of the performance, and then we would go in and animate it. And the numbering of the drawings would coincide with the numbering of the letters where they fall on the exposure sheet.
Any plans to make this a book?
Yes, we've talked about taking Snow Bear once we get done and taking the art of it and turning it into a children's book. We've also talked about just doing a short little art of book too, although I don't think we'll have enough for that. But I do think we'll have enough to make a little children's book.
Why were there woolly mammoths in Brother Bear?
Because we wanted to set it back to a time where we would have a little bit of creative license with the culture. So we wanted it back during the last ice age, and that would give us some leeway with having some creative license with what we did with the culture. So you'll see most of my details are obviously right in the main subject area. And I'm trying very hard to keep it there so that that's where it keeps your attention. And I think we're getting there. Just adding a few more sparkles. And then what I want to do is this. So we're going to take this and we're going to double that up. Whoops. Take that and I'm going to come up here and we're going to put that in a folder, and I'm going to double that folder. And I'm going to go. So now I've got everything on one layer. And I want to do.
What hardware are you drawing on?
I am using a. Oops. I'm using a Wacom Cintiq 32 Pro. So it's a big 32-inch pen display screen.
It's almost like he's drawing on a television screen. It's that big.
Yeah, it's really big.
Hello from India. I love your artwork and I learned a lot from your videos.
Oh, thank you.
Someone replying to earlier about me saying I want to go to Australia. They said Australia is cool, but almost everything there is trying to kill you. Well, there's a lot of that in Florida where we're at too.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll feel right at home.
All right. Just going in and softening some areas. Just want to try one more thing.
One more thing, everybody. Ding, 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 ding. We need
Ding, ding,
a
ding.
graphic that pops up. One more thing.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. I want to see if this is going to look good. I might overdo it. It might overdo
Would you ever want to make more 2D animated feature films in the future?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Stay tuned.
Yes, I would, Bob.
Do you guys ever go down to the Everglades and hang out?
That's where I'm from.
I've been down there several times, but
That's
not in
where I'm
years.
from.
Not in years. I don't think we've ever been down there together, though.
No, we haven't.
YouTube comment, you're a legend. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Also, just going back to what you were talking about when you were talking about animating on paper with exposure sheets
Yes.
and all that. We do have a course on paper animation,
Oh, we do. That's right.
and Aaron walks you through that whole process, and that course is still only $1.
That's crazy, man. How do you expect me to pay my mortgage?
Well, the idea is that hopefully you'll buy a few of those $1 courses and it adds up. Do you have a favorite Don Bluth film?
Secret of Nim. Hands down. Secret of Nim.
Hey, Aaron, I want to learn to animate in an anime style, and I brought your animation courses to get started. But I currently have a graphic tablet. Is it worth it to change to a Wacom Cintiq?
Yes. I think it is.
Even if it's not a Cintiq, I'd recommend you get a pen display where you're drawing on the screen.
Yes.
As opposed to a tablet where
Where you're not.
yeah. The terminology gets confusing because some people say tablet and they mean a computer, and
Yeah.
but there's the little black pads like a Wacom Intuos or Bamboo. That's what we say when we mean tablet. And a pen display is a monitor that you can draw.
All right.
Can someone that's horrible at drawing learn how to draw well?
Yes. Absolutely. It's like anything else. The more you practice it, the better you get.
It's absolutely a skill that can be developed and perfected. It is
Hard work trumps talent every day.
Yep. There are certainly people that have a natural proclivity for drawing, but that can be overcome by anybody. Anyone can learn to draw. It just takes effort.
All right. We're saving in the live stream images. Snow Bear Poster 2. There we go.
Oh, there's the signature.
There it is.
Can you give us a
Oh,
nice
that's too
zoom and
big. I don't
pan
like
around
it.
the whole thing so people can... Oh, one more thing. He did
Yeah,
not
I don't
like the
like. I don't
signature.
like it. It's too. In
He's
your
taking a
face.
mulligan on the signature, people.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate for not making your signature too.
As Aaron steps up to the signature part, he's going to take a little do-over here.
There we go.
I'm trying to go into sports announcer mode.
There we go. Let's save that. So here we go. Let me blow it up.
Maybe we can show the layers too. Well, you flattened it, didn't you?
I did, but I still have layers in there. So there it is. There's our Snow Bear and Glen Bear looking up at the northern lights, sitting on a snowy hill.
Did that in exactly 2 hours.
There we go.
It is 3 o'clock. We started at 1.
Yeah, most of my illustrations tend to be 2-hour commitment.
So if you go to creatureartteacher.com and join our newsletter, we're going to send this image to you along with some other goodies on Christmas Day, December 25th. That's East Coast time when we'll be sending it. So in the morning. Join our newsletter and we'll be sending you this along with other bunch of goodies. If you're already a member to our website, you'll get it as well. So, and before we wrap up, I want to let people know again, we've been running 12 days of Christmas. Today's the biggest day yet. You can get any single brush set, photo pack, or course for only $10 when you use promo code winter-save. There's no limit to the amount of times you can use that code either, by the way. So get as many courses as you want, stock up. And the other big announcement is our next live event is going to be on Saturday, February 24th.
Yes.
If you go to creatureartteacher.com/live, it's a live animation workshop all day where Aaron's going to be teaching animating dialogue in Procreate Dreams.
It's going to be a blast.
So,
It's going to be fun.
we're wrapping it, Aaron?
Let's wrap it. So Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you guys have a great one on Monday if you are into that thing. And if not, I hope you have a great weekend. And are we going to be back on Friday?
Probably, yeah. Just wrap up the year. And then,
Yeah. Okay. We'll be back on Friday.
well, that'll be a New Year's stream.
And then I just want to let you guys know, in an effort to get Snow Bear done, we're going to be backing off of our Friday streams a little bit. We're going back to our once a month Friday stream. So the first Friday of each month moving forward, starting in January, that's going to be our new schedule. So only one Friday stream a month, just until I can get Snow Bear done. And then we'll reevaluate at that
And
point.
we will be live streaming still twice a week for members on
Yes.
our website. And again, memberships are buy one, get one. So there's never been a better time to become a member to creatureartteacher.com.
So, like I said, have a great weekend, you guys, and have a great Christmas. And we'll see you next Friday.
We will see you, everybody. Have a great holiday season. See you next week.
See you later. Hey everybody, Aaron Blaze here, and we've got a really good treat for you. A few weeks ago, Procreate's Dreams came out, and it's really taken the market by storm. A lot of people are loving it, and but there's a lot of people that are still struggling a little bit on how to use it. And I've had the great opportunity to be using it over the last several months, and so we thought it would be a lot of fun to do our next live event showing you guys how to use Procreate Dreams. So on February 24th, it's going to be an all-day event starting at about 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, going until about 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to take you through all the in and outs and using Procreate's Dreams. And so during this live event, I'm going to teach you how to animate a character acting with dialogue. This is something it's the basis to everything that we did at Disney. And I want to show you how to do mouth shapes, consonants, vowels, phrasing your dialogue, and getting the right poses for each phrase.
Oh, my.
Now, if you sign up, we're going to provide you with a dialogue track that we're going to actually animate during that day. Now, the other great thing about this is because it's a live event, you guys are going to be able to ask me questions. We're going to be able to have dialogue back and forth, and you'll be able to learn right there on the fly live with me teaching you. So once again, that's on February 24th. Now remember, spots are limited. So go to creatureartteacher.com/live and sign up today. And if you're a member at creatureartteacher.com, all of our events are included in your membership, including this one. You can also brush up between now and then if you go to creatureartteacher.com and get my course on Procreate Dreams for just $1. So we're going to start at 11 a.m. We're going to go for a few hours. We'll take a half-hour lunch break, and then we'll finish out the day. It's going to be a lot of fun. Once again, go to creatureartteacher.com/live to get more information on that. And once again, it's going to be covering everything that I know using Procreate Dreams. It'll be a lot of fun. Go on out there, put some beauty back into the world, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.